so what products should you feature? What recipes should you feature at a party? What are the surefire winners for this fall? Well, we have Kim and Vicki who are going to share with you all kinds of great ideas and the show experience. And the show experience is what's going to keep guests coming back, and it's going to keep them booking parties with you. So we're going to have Kimberly and Vicki, come on up. Thank you. Come over here.
What do y'all think so far? All right. Okay, so Vicki and I are going to talk to you a little bit about the show experience, because one of the things that they really drilled into us at conference was, they really talked to me and it really kind of spoke to me, was the show experience. So yes, you can have 20 shows, or you can have 20 great shows. So and I think it goes without saying that we want to work smarter, not harder. And when they were talking about host coaching and bookings and things like that, you're going to put in that effort. So why not have it give you the biggest payday that you can get from it? And by doing that, your bookings are going to come easier later, because those hosts are going to rebook if they had a good show. So one of the things that they talked to us a lot about was to keep it current. Like, know what's going on today in the food world. So if there are other little newsletters out there that you can subscribe to, I know I do a few different little e-newsletters that have to do with trending recipes and trending topics. Get those, and I know I have 3 kids. I wait till they go to bed. I shuffle them off really soon, and then try to sit down while I still have a little bit of room left in my brain, and just do a little bit of reading. And sometimes it's just literally glancing over pictures. It depends on how that day went.
One of them that's really good, if you're wondering who this is, you should follow, Pillsbury. Has wonderful recipes, and they every week they come out with, fast meals for your family, things that we could really use. So if you're looking for tips, that's a great place to go.
Absolutely. And themes. If you don't know which theme shows are hot and going right now, get with your director. Go on Consultants Corner. They have party packs now. If you haven't seen those, holy moly, they're amazing. They just released a bunch of the Dinners of the World, Taste of the World. Get out there and feel the world, whatever. And they're a lot, and they're delicious. They're great. I want to tell y'all something. Show experience, and experience matters. Let me tell you why. You can have a cup of coffee in your kitchen every morning for about 30 cents. You can go to McDonald's, get it for about $1. But who prefers PJ's or Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? Who prefers that? Who will go out of the way and drive across town? Who celebrates when a new one moves closer to them?
Who did this morning?
Y'all, the coffee there is $3. When you could have got the same thing for 30 cents. It's about the experience. It's about how you're treated when you walk in the door. It's about that consistency and having a good, morning. If you walked in and they were like, "Good morning, how's it going?" Would you go back every morning? No, you'd be like, "I'm having a bad enough day already. Let's move on." So you have to make it about the experience, and you have to realize too that we don't sell products, we sell solutions. So when you go into it with that attitude and knowing that your passion is going to be the energy. So if you're lacking on passion, I always say if you're lacking on passion, you probably just need some education on your products. How many people come to your show and they're like just there, and then they realize that they can make chicken in 20 minutes on the grill pan, or less than that, and all of a sudden they're like, what? And you could see them like wake up. It's about education, so we need to educate ourselves to be able to educate other people.
One of the things that I like to do, and that gives me a footing for that, is I always have my guests tell me their name and one word to describe them in the kitchen. So if I go around and she says lazy, she says never, she says always. So then I know this girl, she's a beginner, she needs something quick and easy, the grill pan to do chicken breast. This girl, she's in the kitchen all the time, she cooks for a lot of people, she needs our cookware. So then I know to put those little tips in there, not because I'm trying to sell them, I'm trying to give them a solution to whatever problem they already have.
Absolutely. And that goes into the next area. When you show, first of all, it starts with your host coaching. Make sure that you are really present when you're host coaching. Talk to them, tell them about the invitations, figure out how they want to work best with their guests, make it a good experience from there. That it starts there. Your host is your secret weapon. If your host is not into it, it's trouble from the start. And then from there, when your guests start arriving, make sure you're there a little bit early. You're set up. If you were out the door for some reason and a little bit more of a rush than others, that you're calm by the time your guests start arriving. And be present. When they walk in the door, nothing else matters at that point. You want to go up to each person that come in and say, "Hey Kay, I'm Kimberly, how are you? Have you ever been, when's the last time you've been to a Pampered Chef party?" And talk to her and say, "Hey, I'm kind of doing a survey. What is your biggest struggle in the kitchen?" And some people say, "I hate it." Some people tell me, "I don't want to do the dishes." Some people say, "We run with ball games 5 nights a week and we get home late." And if you are present in each one of those conversations during your parties, you can give them more and more solutions that will cater to the crowd that you have there. And just cooking classes are experiences. Make sure they come and they leave with something that they can go back and in the morning at work tell all their friends about. At work, maybe they're like, "Ooh, my little foodie friend didn't know that. She never told me that." So, go educate, like I said, educate yourself on the trends. Give them little tips. At conference, they talked about being a tiptionary. And, just making sure to educate yourself,
Who knows what a cooking class is, or come cook with me? All it is a kitchen show at your house. Okay? So I did this a couple months ago. The salad in the jar came out, and I was like, I want to do that. Well, I never practiced salad in the jar show. I called it a come cook with me workshop for salad in the jar. And I think I had 7 people RSVP, only 5 showed up. And we did together. We just, used each product, figured out what we wanted in our salad. We did the Italian one, put it in I had bought the cheap glass jars for them, because I didn't have time to pre-order. And I had the nice Pampered Chef one for me. And just out of those guests, I had a $400 show. Because when we were finished, I said, "Well, look, here's some information about the products we use. Here's some catalogs. And if there's something you'd like to get, here's an order form." And, that's no pressure. So all a cooking class is a show at your house. And you don't call it a show, you call it a class. It's amazing that they will show up.
Yes. Another couple tips that I want you guys to notice that I didn't really realize is that people are replicating restaurants more than they're replicating cookbooks now. So go in with that in mind. They're doing that because, for one, it's more economical to cook at home than it is to go out to a restaurant. People are looking at saving it money. And so a couple ideas I wanted to give you guys for shows to really bring the experience in is like cake decorating. Holy mac, have you seen all the products they just came out with? So you could cross-sell like a mad woman with that stuff. And $60 cakes for about $16 at home is what we figured it out to be. So that's one way to save a lot of money. The taco bars. Everybody's like really into like food bars, taco bars, burger bars, fajita bars, whatever. Yes, and I know like my children love that stuff. If they feel like they're in control, guys, I give them like a blank burger and say, "Have at it," and they love that. And who in here has kids or grandbabies or anything like that? We all know that the more you get them involved in the kitchen, the more likely they are to eat it. So if you're trying to get your kids to eat a little bit healthier and kind of get it a little bit more, put them in the kitchen, and not to mention the awesome kids line that's coming out. So this is a statistic for me, a little bit of a statistic that really stood out, and I wanted to tell you so you could use it at your shows too. Kids who eat at home 5 or more days per week are less likely to be involved with drugs and alcohol, they eat healthier, and they report being closer to their parents. Wow, it really spoke to me. Another thing you need to know, 91% of millennials, which are people in their 20s mostly, they love wine.
And lots of it.
Makes for a great time. And they really prefer to do business with companies with a cause. If you do not know the things that we help fight hunger, we help with cancer, we have a cause. And if you don't know about those products, please get educated on them because they're amazing and we are changing lives every single time we go into these people's houses. And if you can just feel that, then you will stand stronger, you will speak prouder, and you will see your guests start believing the way you do.
How much time we got left?
I don't know.
Who's the timekeeper? And another thing we want you to know about your show experience, like I mentioned earlier, is it could be your own. You don't have to do a show like Kimberly. You don't have to do a show like Vicki. I didn't see it. Thank you. You don't have to, shoot, I don't do a show the same way twice. So it's okay to be different. Find what works for you, what you're comfortable with. And even if you're not comfortable, try things a few times before you judge them in or out. I'm old school, so I'm much better at doing a demo type show. But as we have discovered over the years, a lot more recruiting happens when you do an interactive show. Because people look at that and go, well, I could have done that. So try different things. Find recipes that work for you. Don't get complicated with the recipes. The simpler, the better. Learn how to air demo. Do you guys know how to do that? Yeah. So you can talk about any product that we have, even if you don't have it. If you don't have it at home or you don't have it there. But you can sell any product and just pretend you're using it. What were you just selling, Kimberly? See, look, food chopper, the whisk. And so as you're doing the air demo, you just paint a picture of what that will mean. We have this wonderful new tool called a manual food processor. And what I love about this manual food processor is that the lid is a lever, just like our salad spinner. And I could put stuff in there and put the blade and the lid on, and my little child could hold one side and press the thing on the other, and they're helping mommy cook. So I just painted a picture, right? Even though I didn't have it there. So if there's a tool that you would like to sell that you don't yet have in your kit, get with your director and say, hey, help me figure out some things I could say. We'll be more than happy to do that with you, okay?
One last thing, and then we're done. Or I'm done. Vicki, it's done. Play games at your shows. Find some things that people love and have fun. They came to escape who knows what that night. Queen of Shoppers is really big, the dice game. Get with your director or your fellow consultants and see what's working. The Queen of Shoppers has been a lot of fun for my guests, but play games. Like we all love those. We go to bridal showers and baby showers still to win the game, don't we? Okay, thank y'all.